cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A
the show.
hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show. That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. Woo! Starting to run out. It's number 17. Howdy, everybody. I'm Bob Tallman, along with Boyd Polhamus and Andy Seiler. I brought us an X-bag of nerves tonight, because when you get down to the final 3 or 4 performances for $2,533,000, everybody's nerves are on edge. Let's buck them.
Hey, and this night is going to be super competitive, folks. I'm about to show you a board that doesn't represent the whole rodeo. It represents tonight's rodeo. Check this out. We've got 51 world champions in tonight's rodeo. We have 11 past Rodeo Houston champions in tonight's rodeo. We have 18 contestants that have already surpassed the $1 million mark in earnings. And the guy I'm picking tonight is not one of any of them. He's a bull rider by the name of Trevor Reist. He swept his Super Series, rode all 3 bulls. But the funny thing is, at the end of each bull ride, he would go tackle the barrel man. And so I asked him, Trevor, why do you tackle the barrel man every time you ride a bull? This is what he said.
Me and another buddy from Iowa, when we first met John, we'd go knock his barrel over, and it stuck. So whenever I cover my bull, I got to knock his barrel over.
That's my kind of tradition, and I'm hopeful he's getting to do it for the 4th time tonight, Andy.
Well, you're going to see a cowboy that has been knocking out the competition, but it's a different rough stock event. Ben Anderson, the Canadian, threw up one of the highest mark rides we've had. He was 89 points on a horse from the Calgary Stampede called Xena Warrior. And let me tell you, when you get to the semifinals, you have to be forged from a hotter fire. And this man continues to bring the flames up when he needs them the most.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching him ride tonight as well. Let's go down to the arena floor and meet the 4th member of our broadcast team. This is the beautiful Janie Johnson. Hi, Janie.
Hi, Boyd. Cody Jinks is here, ready to perform after the rodeo, but as for the rodeo performance, I'm looking at an absolute living legend. 23-time world champion Jackie Crawford is back to defend her title here at Rodeo Houston. And Jackie is actually about $10,000 away from crossing the $1 million mark in career earnings, which would make her the first ever Women's Professional Rodeo Association non-barrel racer to cross that career mark. This is her win from last year in the finals, an absolute milestone here at Rodeo Houston. I actually had the chance to catch up with her, and I asked her, why do you love Rodeo Houston so much?
I love this setup because it's kind of a cowboy and cowgirl setup. You have to go run everything down, and it's a little more difficult than a lot of rodeos, and so it's just going to keep knocking them down like I'm doing, and keep getting times and using what I draw.
Jackie definitely knows a thing or two about winning, and winning here in NRG Stadium, I expect it to be a big one tonight.
Thank you, Janie. That's awesome stuff. Thank you. Great content. Let's get things started with a tie-down roping. Let's play this playoff game. Boot Barn bringing you the tie-down ropers. 1 year ago, this guy beat his younger brother in a rope-off to win it. Ty Harris is your defending Rodeo Houston champ, but Joel Harris, his younger brother that he beat in the rope-off, look at the last name on this list. He'll have the final say. Shane Hainsey's a world champion. Marcus Costa's a world champion. And Tuff Cooper's a 4-time champion of the world. There's some talent.
Kick it off with the son of a world champion, Riley Pruitt of Gehring, Nebraska. Number 7 in the world. Pretty proud of this young Tremello-colored horse. From the Cornhusker State, he comes. Watch as he goes down the line. The calf was standing, but it takes him an extra half second to get it all together. 8 and 9, and we start off with a bang, fellas. I like it.
We always talk about, Bob, the first guy's job is to put pressure on everybody else.
Well, the second guy right behind him is a guy who can take the pressure. Every major rodeo in the world, and 10 times he has been to the Wrangler National Finals in Las Vegas in December. 18th ranked in the world coming in tonight from Prairie View, Texas.
Bobby T, just real quick, we got to go back on Riley Pruitt.
Yes, sir.
He was 8.9, not 9 flat, so that's even better. Now back to the great Corey Solomon.
The Corey Solomon at the age of 34. Think about it. He was 24 years old the first time he went to Vegas, running for millions of dollars. Now he lives in Prairie View, Texas A&M's out there, but he went to college at Hill College. Now at Rosenberg and Hempstead, Waller and Fort Bend counties are the qualifying rodeos, and he won them both. Look here. Hey, hit that calf like a $100 bill. It was only going to be 8-8, but he broke the barrier. Look at this overhead shot. He did not allow the calf to get to the line by a nose and trip the line in front of him. It's not a judgment call, it's a mechanical deal. What could have been the new lead is now 18-8.
So he goes on to the wild card. Now we welcome Mount Pleasant, Texas's Kincaid Henry. He's a young man that is still just figuring out how good he really is. 3-time NFR qualifier, 2-time collegiate champ, who won Super Series number 1. $6 grand is what he's collected this year at Rodeo Houston. His fastest time came in go round number 2, where he was 8 and 6. His groundwork is good. Calf is standing ready. Strings the front leg, gathering tie. 10 and 1 has me nervous, Boyd.
Well, all three of us predicted what it would take to be in the top 4, and 10-1 was longer than all three of our predictions. So, but there's a lot of rodeo to happen. Let's go to a veteran up next, the great Tough Cooper. We asked him, Tough, how you feeling?
Competing here at Rodeo Houston, coming down to the semifinals, is a dream come true for any cowboy. It's so awesome that we get to share a family fun event here at Rodeo Houston. I'm so excited. Wish me luck.
We're going to wish you luck, buddy. Tough Cooper. His dad, Roy, an 8-time world champion. He roped with his 2 brothers, Cliff and Clint, the National Finals Rodeo. Coming off a win at San Antonio, where he is now number 11 in the world. 16 consecutive trips to our Super Bowl, our World Series. We call it the National Finals Rodeo, and you can't win a world championship unless you play there. And he's done it for 16 consecutive years in a row. Obviously, he's a household name. Cooper staring at 8-9, 10-1, 18-8. He'll give us the number 4 time to beat. Get him up tough, flank him tough, string him tough, tie him tough. No. That's the second time that's happened to him this week. He tied 1 and 7 and broke the barrier. And he's going to tie this one in 8-7, but he still gets the barrier. Now, look at this. You can't believe it. Now, I will tell you this. Cowboys are stoic for the most part. They don't do touchdown dances. They're pretty, they kind of keep their emotions to themselves. In these last 3 days of Rodeo Houston, you will see more emotion out of Cowboys because the prize has never been bigger.
Well, here's the 3rd champion from their Super Series in a row. He's hoping to break the trend. Bo Pickett, Caldwell, Idaho. 28-year-old, won nearly $5 grand in Super Series 2. You go back there, started off with a great start at 9 and 3, winning round 1. but he takes one extra swing, and it does not go on, so a no time. So, gentlemen, right now, after 5 runs, 18-8 is our cut line.
Well, and I know earlier when Corey recorded it, you said he's going to the wild card. And I agree, but right now, it's not guaranteed because we have a few more bumbles. But that is going to happen in the early part of a round, Bob, because all these guys don't know what they have to beat. These back 5, they now know what's on that board. They might take their foot off the gas just a hair.
I would say that about Rushton Minton as well, Boyd. We had him at the finals 2 years ago in Vegas. He's number 8 in the world. This is a California superstar, circuit champion. He also won it at Pueblo, Colorado. Rushton Minton can work 5 events. This is the one where he'll shine the most. Any Cal Poly people watching tonight, cheer your man. He's at 9. He's in trouble. He's back in line. Ooh, that was a bit of a mess. Okay, I'm not a judge, but that was a mess. One bubble led to the next. The speed traps just kept happening, Andy.
You couldn't be more correct, Bobby T. He rolled that calf over into his lap, and then it took a little extra time at that 11-8. And now Corey Solomon is for sure going to the wild card. And the 4-time world champ Tough Cooper sits on the bubble at 18-7.
In rides the Brazilian, Marcos Costa. He's the only Brazilian to win a world championship in the tie-down roping. He's 34 years old. This is his 12th year as a professional roper in America. He's a 4-time NFR qualifier, 2017 champion of the world, and all we want is an 18.6 or faster. Marcos Costa. Only 3 guys to go after he's done. Ooh, he hung that tie just a little bit over that calf's foot. Let's hope the calf stays tied. And he didn't. The calf has to stay tied for 6 seconds. Watch this. He hangs that knot between the 2 hind legs. And so that allows the calf to wiggle free. Tough Cooper is still safe at 18-7.
So right now, with 3 to go, if you beat 10-1, if you're 10 flat, you are guaranteed to advance. Blaine Cox, Shane Hanchy, and Joe Harris, if you're quicker than 10-1, if you are 10 flat, you advance, Bob.
That'd be real simple for Blaine Cox. This is a practice run. A practice run. He comes from Stephenville now. He used to live down here in South Texas. Watch this for a man who's won $800,000 in his short career. Beautiful away step from that horse. The calf standing again. That's the 3rd man that hung that slack out there and waited. Keep that calf standing. Save you a lot of time. What did I just say? 10 flat. Here's a 10-5. Nice work.
Puts him in the top 3. Rushton Minton at 11-8 is now on the chopping block. So you got to be faster than 11-8. Is that what you're telling me? Well, guess what? This former Rodeo Houston champion, this former world champion, Shane Hanchy, ties this calf in 8.4 seconds in round 1 of Super Series 4. He did it with a wrap and a hooey. He won't need to gamble like that today. I bet he does the full tie. Let's see what goes for the 15-time NFR qualifier.
10-4 guarantees him a spot on Championship Sunday. He's been there before. Knows he has a good calf. Has to get out from behind the barrier line. Now, stand him up. He will do so. String him, gather, and tie. 9.5, and Louisiana is cooking in Texas.
He's in. He is in. There's no way with one cowboy to go that Hanchy can get bumped. If you're Blaine Cox right now, the guy originally from Cameron, Texas, if you're Blaine Cox, you've got one guy to sweat, and he's the guy that finished 2nd here last year behind his older brother.
They were riding the same horse. We held the rodeo up, 1 rope, then the next rope, he'd be 1st and 2nd. He's 29th in the world standings. It doesn't mean anything right now. Got to be 10-4 to get ahead of Blaine Coxon. 10-5. He's got him caught in the right spot. Look at him like a bullet down that rope. Yo, Joel. No. Hurry, Joel. We're at 9. Oh. 11-2.
And Blaine dodged a bullet. He does not have to go to a wild card. Cox is moving on. Joel, we first thought he was going to get it done with as quickly as he roped and got to the calf. But the calf was very uncooperative. He's not done. Nobody wants to go to the wild card, but they're all glad that it's there.
A tough round of tie-down roping with guys like Tough Cooper. As you see Riley Pruitt giving chase, the first man to go gave us the fastest time of all. But Blaine was able to hold on for just a few more. As we see who goes to the wild card and who throws their hands up going, oh, it was so close. Kincaid is moving on, but Mr. Harris has to wait. Riley Pruitt, Shane Hanchy, Kincaid, Henry, and Blaine Cox will all advance courtesy of our friends at Boot Barn in the tie-down roping.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wildcard competitions. The winner from each wildcard will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $65,000 with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
Well, everybody get ready if you want to see some bucking horse riding. The bareback riding will be next.
Hey folks, if you're 21 or older, pledge to rodeo responsibly as the Miller Lite designated driver. Scan the QR code and receive a complimentary fountain drink or bottle of water. Responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
And a shout out to Cavender's Boot City. They're sponsoring our hardworking arena crew. They're down in the dirt. They're on the chutes. They're making it all work behind the scenes thanks to Cavender's Boot City.
Well, for those of you who say, what'd he say? Hey, we've got captions. Captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. We're going to make it easy on you folks. Just point your camera to the QR code on the center of the screens, and it will take you directly to our closed caption mobile app.
Said he knows you.
Really?
Hey, look at the video screens, folks. The Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam is bringing out the Wild West in you. Look at those mustaches. Oh, what about a set of horns? Hey, how about that? Goes good with that Southwestern style shirt. Ooh, a few more mustaches and cowboy hats.
That's what the sunset looks like in Houston, Texas on a gorgeous Thursday evening. Inside, it's time to buck 'em in the bareback ride. That's right, the Reagan Riders, 4 moving on, 6 are going to the wild card. We're going to enjoy it all. Compliments of Chevron. And this is the measuring stick. The 2-time and reigning Rodeo Houston champion, Leighton Berry. In this semifinal, the reigning world champion, Dean Thompson, along with world champion, Jess Pope. Keep your eyes on that rocker Steiner.
Well, let's go to R.C. Landingham. In the opening, Boyd talked about 18 millionaires. Here's one of them. From Hat Creek, California, Now he got a lot of money out of round 2, Super Series 5. This is a Sammy Andrews bucking horse. They call him Redbone. James Andrews, nice to have you in the house tonight. That's a nice little horse. Nice because he just got a circle. He doesn't try to kill you.
No, it is. He stays close to the bucket, shoots 82.5 to start us off. I'm interested to see where that winds up. But from the long, lanky cowboy from California, we take you to North Dakota. We asked Clay Jorgensen, hey, you played sports in high school. How does that help with your rodeo career?
I wrestled and I played football. I'd say wrestling helped a lot because that's an individual sport where it's all on you and it's 1 versus 1 there, and it takes a lot of conditioning and strength for wrestling as well.
He's got a great bareback horse from the Andrews Company. The horse is called Fresno. They bet a ton of points on this horse, but Clay Jorgensen has been a ton of points all week. Just one ride in his Super Series where he got bumped twice. These are the kind of numbers Bob and Andy and I were predicting. How about this score? 87 points for the 28-year-old who is on a heater in Houston.
But those types of numbers will not make the next man nervous. Altamont, Utah's Dean Thompson. The reigning champ of the world was 88.5 as one of his 3 scores to win Super Series number 3. He's got a horse that he's had before at the National Western, Adam's Pet. The Bailey Rodeo Company, he was 82 on this horse in Denver. But Richmond Champion was 84 on this horse here. I'm going to say it might take even more than 84, so hopefully that past trip gives him a little education.
I'm saying 84 will get you in.
I'm saying 84 will get you in. Boyd and I finally agreed on something.
No, you said 85.
You just copied his answer, Bob.
That's all right. We've done it for a long time.
All right, Dean, number 3 in the world, Adam's Pet. Great mark out, and he is firing those feet. Half the score for the cowboy, the other half for the horse, and Dean is doing his job very well.
Power. That's where you put the power back when the horse gives you the opportunity to do it. Powered on. All right, champ. Where are they going to put you? Money, money, money. You better be in the mid-80s. That's what it's going to take to stay hooked in here tonight. 83.5. Right where you want to go.
All right, here's one. Keep your eyes on another National Finals horse. This one for the Bailey Rodeo Company. 21-year-old Sam Peterson, Helena, Montana, on the Little Bug. This horse was bucked 12 times last year. They averaged 85 points on each of those 12 rides. Peterson, the 21-year-old kid from Montana. Horse has some moves. Wow, no! And his glove let go of the rigging. What do I mean by that? Well, you got to wedge your hand into that rigging. And that bind of leather actually helps keep your hand in the rigging. But if you get set up and you crack that bind, like right about here, when he gets rocked off into his hand, that could crack the bind, and when the bind lets go, you go flying. And here it is. Bye-bye.
Sammy, go fix that glove because you're going to the wild card and they're not going to be riding baby horses there. Mason Stiller, let's go back to West Texas College. Here's another one from Oregon. Jesse Popes had this horse, won a lot of money on him. Lake Berry was 85 on this horse in Super Series 2, Andy.
These are the types of horses that you have to get ahead of. You can't fall behind. If that happens, you can never catch up. There's so much power and so much speed. As this horse comes to the left, you can see those feet start to drop a little bit for Mason. It's got me concerned. 76. 76 is what they'll say for Mason.
Yeah, that was not what he wanted. Here's a rematch, folks. You got to believe that Rocker Steiner is pumped to have this horse because the last time he had him, was 1 year ago in this building, and he was 86 points. This is a horse called Daddy's Girl from the Survey Championship Rodeo Company, the reserve champion of the world from a year ago. Rock on, rocker! Rock on, cowboy!
Woo! He's got the feet set. Look at that horse. And you go ahead. You're doing so good. I'll just slow up here so you can do it even gooder. Oh, that kid knows where to put his feet. Oh, wow. And waited for the perfect moment when that horse hesitated a quarter of a jump. Come alive for the Steiner family. 84 and a half, rocker.
Puts him number 2 right now, and now R.C. Landingham and that 82 and a half, the big, tall California cowboy from Head Creek, has got to watch Jess Pope. Now, this guy in 2022 won Rodeo Houston. Guess what else he did in 2022? He won the World Championship the same year he won Rodeo Houston. He's a 3-time champion of the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. A 26-year-old cowboy that's got a friendly rivalry with pickup men. He is not afraid to mess with them when they ride in to pick him up and set him down. He's got a great personality. It's one of the cool things about Jess.
No, he's been known to steal a cowboy hat or try to give somebody a wet willy when getting off his horse. And I think it's fitting that he has a horse called King Ding-a-ling.
They marked this horse 45 and a half out of a possible 50 in Fort Madison.
For the guy that's number 5 in the world, a $65,000 check on Sunday would put him in a runaway. Look at him rear back. Confidence would have to be the word now. He's relaxed. He's back in the front room. He said, I'm fine. But watch this horse. The horse knows what he's doing. See him pick him up, reach down, lift the horse in the air. Oh, Jesse, you knew what you were doing. 85 and a half.
That's number 2. That puts him second. And there are 3 more to sweat. The first is Cole Franks, the winner of Super Series 2, where he was 86 in round 3. That's R.C. Landingham.
Excuse me, Andy, I apologize, but he just got bumped. R.C.'s out. Now the reigning world champion, Dean Thompson, is on the bubble at 83 and a half.
And the guy you're about to watch, 85, 86, 87, nearly every week someplace in the United States or Canada. Clarendon College, be proud of this one. They've been 84 and a half here already on the horse. Oh, with 3 trips to the NFR, he is seasoned. Now let's see what this horse does. Paint, put the power to it.
Wyatt Earp, that's the horse.
Oh, he just spurred over the neck. And how does that affect this score when he needs to be 84 points? Because he was doing beautifully until that foot flew over the mane. And now he's only 75. The guy on the bubble, the reigning world champion, Dean Thompson, is with Janie right now.
Dean, we're back here behind the chutes watching this bareback riding unfold. Just give me your reaction to being on the bubble and the bareback riding that's happening right now.
I'm just here watching the best guys in the world, trying to sweat them out. And so at this point, I'm just hoping the best for them because I know that by doing that, it's just going to progress my riding in the future.
In this format, how much did you have to really lay it on the line when it was your turn?
Yeah, you just have to go for it every single time. I mean, you have to be so aggressive. You just can't rely on the average. And so every time you're doing it.
You made a great ride. We're going to see where it lands here in the bareback riding.
Cooper Cook of Victor, Idaho. White Claw, the horse from Pete Carr Pro Rodeo. Needs to be more than 83 and a half. And what a spectacular matchup for the 22-year-old.
That is an albino horse, and you're going to see a full sister to her, Buck, in the bronc riding in about 15 minutes. Pete Carr Pro Rodeo, Billy Jones, and all of their horses and breeding programs. You're knocking it out of the park, boys. 82 points. It's a point and a half shy of moving Thompson. 82 for Cooper Cook.
So our final bareback rider to try and make it out is a qualifier from Rosenberg, Texas at the Fort Bend County Fair and Rodeo. Needs to be 83 and a half, so why don't we flash back and see what he did in the Super Series. In Super Series number 2, he was 87 and a half on a horse called Honcho. The Survey horse ducked to the right, and from there he did the rest. So we know the ability is there, fellas.
Absolutely. Leighton Berry, your defending champion of Houston, had this horse at Weatherford, scored 86 and a half. And he pointed it out, Dean Thompson, who was just talking to Janie, the reigning world champ, is on the bubble at 83 and a half. Cade Saunier only needs to be, well, yeah, he's got to be 84. He's got to, he would not win the first tiebreaker. So he's got to be 84 points.
He's built more like Rocker Steiner when Rocker has had this horse to be 87.
Arnoldville, excuse me.
Leighton Berry, 6'2", 3. Oh, the boys are trying to calculate it right here.
Well, that's Dean knowing that he's in unless Cade is 84. Click 'em, chicken. Oh, he's riding for it. He's riding for it. Remember, as Andy has pointed out, it's a 1 to 50 points on the horse. How hard is he to ride? 1 to 50 on the cowboy. How well does he turn his toes out? Move his feet from the front to the rigging. Needed to be 84. He's 83.
Well, Dean Thompson can breathe. He said, I get the day off. Yeah, there he is right there. Oh, yeah, he doesn't look like too nervous. Cole, you better get to being nervous. Here's the way it all came down as they tie that glove on. Boyd was talking about not losing your minds. The man we've been talking about, Dean Thompson, he rides them every time like it's the last one. Rocker Steiner rears back in red. Jess Pope lifting that horse out of the ground. There it is. That's what a world champion does when he rides like that. Folks, that's not quite the way we had it planned. And some are going to go, why didn't it work for me? Mr. Jorgensen, Mr. Steiner, good stuff, guys. You're on the big screen. Here's the advancers. Clay Jorgensen. This guy's done nothing but win here. Just Pope the world and a Houston. Rocker Steiner, good luck, cowboy.
Thank you to Chevron bringing us the bareback riding. And don't go anywhere. Team roping. It's coming up next in H-Town.
Want to say thank you to Houston Methodist, the official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine. Folks, they are caring for all of our rodeo athletes.
It's autograph time at the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Meet our Rodeo Houston athletes, bullfighters. There's Leon Coffey, Rodeo Royalty, and more in sections 103 and 124.
So with only 3 rodeo performances left, there will be 3 of the most exciting performances, and you don't want to miss them. If you don't have a ticket, don't forget, Space City Home Network is broadcasting live. The Cowboy Channel is broadcasting live, as are our friends from Telemundo. So you got plenty of ways to watch it. As a matter of fact, let's go upstairs to Luis and Enrique. Hola, amigos.
Hola, amigos. Saludos de aquí en el Energy Stadium. Gracias por acompañarnos. Les recordamos que descarguen su aplicación de Telemundo Texas para acompañarnos con toda la acción en español durante el resto del rodeo.
Amigos, esta noche terminamos las semifinales y la energía del Rodeo Houston sube de intensidad. Toda la emoción la puede escuchar en Telemundo Texas. Amigos, familia Charra, familia Vaqueros, bienvenidos a su casa. Es el Rodeo Houston, simplemente donde los mejores atletas del rodeo participan.
Couldn't have asked for a more beautiful day to host a rodeo inside NRG Stadium. Thursday night, Team Roping is on and live. As we bring them into the arena ready to rope, we say thank you to Corral Handcrafted Boots. They sponsor the Team Roping. You go back 12 months ago, J.C. Aquo and Buddy Hawkins left here with $100 grand. This year, that payoff is over $130,000 to the top team. There's the Johnson brothers, Summers and Eves. We've got world champions all over the place, sprinkled like salt on top of your hash browns, Bobby T.
I like hash browns, a lot of salt. Team McLeod and Sid Spohr are bankers. They have already got $6,000 in their pocket. But you know what? In order to secure the financial end of this winning, they can leave here with $9 grand plus a $65,000 check. What would that do to your bank account for the rest of the season? You're looking at Sid Spohr on the Heelan side. Team McLeod. Here you go. Oh. He got to the dolly. Finally. The second time I've seen him do that. They're going to be 5'9", Boyd. That's what I'm going to set you start with.
And so do you think 5'9" advances? Watch this dally, folks. He had to go for it twice. You don't want to get your thumb caught in that rope because it will saw it off. Okay, they set the bar at 5'9". Let's go to the brothers, Kellen and Carson. Their dad Jet's a world champ. Oh, they took a shot. And again, when you're one of the first teams to go in a semifinal, you don't have the comfort of knowing what everybody else has done. We saw that in the tie-down roping earlier. A couple of broken barriers changed the complexion of that game completely in that semifinal. And so here we go with the third team. And there's so much experience in this team, Andy. I would look for them just to go make a money run.
You're exactly right. Clint Summers, a 4-time NFR qualifier and last year's NFR average champion, teaming up with a 2-time world champ, Paul Eves. He's been to the national finals 10 times. You add everything they've won together, you're looking at over $3.5 million. Their fastest run, 5-1. 2 horns, left hand turned, yes! 4.9. Now we've got a real time and a mark to meet.
I'm still believing that 5'9" stands a chance, and here's why. That 4'9" is going to make everybody else hustle. Everybody else might take some chances they wouldn't take if they see that 4'9" at the top of the board. So it's strategy. At the same time as roping, there's some strategy involved.
Well, the next 41-year-old header from Ciudad del Cay, Arizona, the Navajo Nation, Derek Begay. He's about to cross the $2 million mark. And you watch how smooth his 41-year-old partner is at the heels, Coulter Todd. We have seen him at the finals 4 different times, an average winner there. They're not thinking about the money, they're thinking about consistency. Derek Begay, number 9 in the world. Yeah, right up, rope 'em. Oh, pretty, Coulter. The Buckaroo put 2 in his loop.
Beautiful.
5-1.
5-1 is now number 2. 5-9 is number 3. And in rides the number 1 team in the world. Dustin Egaskiza, Medina, Florida. Levi Lord. You're going to see his brother, Eli, in the steer wrestling a bit later tonight. Their dad, JB, one of the best cowboys ever to ride out of the Badlands. 29-year-old Cowboys who just won San Antonio. Here comes the number 1 team, hard running steer, no! And on a rare occasion that Dustin Egaskiza misses, he's gonna have to try it in the wild card now. Wow, just missed that outside right horn. The number 1 team in the world is headed to the wild card.
2 world champions, Eric Rogers and Colin Vaughan. Eric won his gold buckle back in 2017. That was 3 years after He won the title here at Rodeo Houston. Colin Von On has got 2 gold buckles on his mantelpiece. Won the Calgary Stampede team roping last year. They were 5-3 in round 2. Their Super Series. It's Eric, 13-time NFR qualifier. Gauges that horse. Want the steer to stand, and he does. They drew a good one.
Yeah.
2 horns. Come on, Colin. He hops in it. 5.4, and now, oh, would you look at that? 5-9 is the cut.
Well, you got to be paying attention if you're next to ride into the box. Got to be 5-8, 5-8. Don't say it too many times, just go do it.
I will tell you this, not all the steers are going to run at the speed of smell.
No.
Like that one did. That was a very opportune steer, and they took advantage of it.
We quote that as the luck of the draw. They got the pup of the bunch. Coy Rallman comes from Missouri. Cole Curry comes from Liberty, Mississippi. Watch the guy on the left of your screen. He's the healer. He is watching the header. When the header gets his horse positioned right, and he goes to make the move and lets that steer out of there, he wants to be exactly in the same spot. So when he ropes the steer around the horns, he's got to duck to the left, wait for the steer to switch, and nail him.
Bob's really technical. I was just going to point out they were both wearing blue.
Ah, I like blue. Ho, ho, ho. No, no, no. Wow. Oh, I wish he hadn't have pulled it off.
Wow.
Might have fit. Doggone it.
Well, the steer didn't help him either, folks. When a steer goes left like this one does, you've got to move your horse. Watch the left hand of the header. You just got to move the horse to the left, and makes it a little tougher to make that head loop work. Billy Bob Brown. Watch this guy win 2 college national championships. Watch him win a Rookie of the Year award. Now he's roping with a young gun named Landon Glenn from McAlester, Oklahoma. They finished in the top 3 at the National Western with a 4.6. They'd take one of those right now. But they got to be 5.8 or faster to knock McLeod and Sporer, the first team that went. Ooh, 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 easy heel horse. Easy.
You don't think that healer wasn't watching? We just showed that?
Yeah, but that horse, there's no blinders on that horse. He saw that head horse start to go, and he's like, I'm going with you.
Well, we know that Clint and Paul, Summers and Eves, are going to advance. These last 3 teams want to put their name on the list as well. Left hand turn, 2 feet, 5-5, and that now becomes the cut line. Things are tightening up in the team roping.
You know, that was interesting. You watch this steer go to the left. Billy Bob never missed. Now here, underneath, he took a lot of time to make that heel loop work to be 5-5. As Andy said it, they are 4th.
So that's the number now. 5-5 or quicker. Pedro and Justin, the winners of Super Series number 5. They won $16,000 from that final Super Series, and their fastest time was a 5-3, Boyd.
They were so good in that last Super Series. Pedro, long loop, got him, 2, can't get the dally. Can't get the dally. Okay, guys, nobody likes the wild card, but everybody is glad that it exists. So here he is. He's got the feet. He's trying to dally. He can't get it around the horn. It's slipping through his hand. There goes the tail. And just a heartbreaker for Justin.
I'm glad he didn't stick his thumb in that coil that went through his left hand.
All right, Andy, putting you on the spot. Will the 2-time champ of the world and Colby Payne be faster than 5-5?
Yes, Clay Smith and Colby Payne. Broken Bow, Oklahoma, Stephenville, Texas. They are number 2 in the world, and they've been winning money everywhere this winter. Long reach on the roan horse. We got 2. Yes, we do. 4.8. The last team to go will win semifinals number 2.
Wow, 33-year-old header, 26-year-old healer. That steer started to slow down when that horn loop went on. Healer does a great job to position him and his horse. Andy caught the tail. You ought to knock a half a second off for that.
Ah, that's not a rule. Here we go. You watch him nod. You watch him go. You're about to see him throw. That was 2 coils out of his hand. Coming around the corner. Where do you set it? Scoop and pantyhosed him right there. Looking back, going, we could have done better than that. I think you did good, Mr. Lord. Then there's the moment when you count your fingers and your header missed. Even when you're wearing blue, you're not going to get any money.
Here's who advances: Clay Smith and Colby Payne, Summers and Eves, Big A, and Todd, along with Rogers and Vaughn on. Thank you to Corral Handcrafted Boots, our partners in the team roping.
Okay, guys, we called the classic event. It gave birth to the sport of rodeo. Bronc riding when we return to the Bayou City.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans, too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly. Rain on, Houston.
Well, I want you to check something out, folks. Look at here. They're the best seats in the house. The chute seats, presented by Chenier, and they're right behind the bucking chutes.
So jealous of that place. One day we'll get there, Bobby T. Me, you, a bucket of popcorn, and a couple of beers.
I want to come too.
You don't like butter on your popcorn.
We want to say thank you to our arena crew. They are sponsored by Cavender's Boot City, and they do everything they can to make sure that all the action in the arena goes off without a hitch. We can't do it without them and our friends at Cavender's Boot City.
So you brought your baby to the rodeo. Good job. That's right. I bet you that's that little kid's first rodeo. Yeah, there you go, Simba Cam. Good to see it. Oh, we love it. Don't forget to catch our spectacular drone show. Saturday and Sunday, your last chance to do it this weekend. 8 p.m., we will be lighting up the sky over NRG Arena, and it's all presented by ExxonMobil.
It is a spectacular show, but we've got an even better one inside. The Saddle Bronc Riders are loaded up, pulling one more hole in their cinch, courtesy of Energy Transfer. If you turn back time, you would see Damian Brenning leaving here with the biggest payday of all at $50,000 in 2024. And you're going to see him again tonight in semifinal 2. Looking to see what this Weston Patterson's doing, too. He has had a great rodeo this year.
You got the talented Hay brothers. Here we go, Dawson Dom. Alberta, Canada on an NFR horse from Survey. Liza James. Oh, that horse is snappy, jumps and kicks. Now, you're saying, now how do they judge the horse on a scale of 1 to 50? Well, look at the back legs of the horse. The higher and harder that horse kicks toward the ceiling, the more power that horse is throwing at that cowboy. Now, this horse is quick, so the cowboy had to have quick feet. They'll set the bar with an 81-point ride for Dawson Dow.
Oh, we're doing good with Canadians in our start. Let's follow it with another one from Millerville, Alberta, Canada. Here's another 3-time NFR ranch raised bucking horse mare. This one comes from the Andrews. They call her Cracker Jack. Now, there were 89 on this horse at Fort Worth, Texas. Leighton Green, the $900,000 U.S. winner. Let's do it. Yo. Now we're in the timing. Oh, the position. The farther you go, the better it gets. Nice job, Leighton.
I love how he holds this mark out, too, right? What's the mark out? First jump out, he has to have his feet above the horse's shoulders, and he's going to hold him for an extra jump.
And watch the way the horse turns his head when he does it. You see why he throat latched that horse? Because that horse is bobbing his head, twisting his head, and it's much easier to ride one well when you throat latch him with that bronc rein. Here it is again. So watch that horse twist its head, left and right. Now drop it, throw it up. He needed to be more than 81. He is. 82 points for Leighton Green. A little nervous about that.
Fate, South Dakota's Cole Elshier, another NFR bucket horse from the Andrews, Gypsy Rose. They've been some big numbers on this stocking-legged bay. The young man who's been to the NFR 4 different times. Again, you see the mark out, turning his toes out. This horse circles to the left, just a little bit away from his hand. And 78 will be the number for Cole, 78.
So our next guy, as you pointed out, Andy, is having a great Rodeo Houston. We asked Weston Patterson, how do you trust in yourself on a horse?
I believe we can control what we're taught to do to ride bucking horses, and as long as you do your job, most of the time you're going to come out on top. So,
do your job tonight, cowboy.
Canyon Sunset. Not a lot of people get to see him. That's the name of the horse, wide 2 from the Survey Championship Rodeos. Weston, you're number 6 in the world. You've already won 8,000 here. He won 9,000 at San Antonio. Got some money out of Fort Worth as well. He's needing a banker and investment counselor too.
Yes, he is. And speaking of what's happened here, this gray horse, Dawson Hay, was 87 on Canyon Sunset back in Super Series number 1. So if Weston could duplicate that, I think 87, I don't like using the word guarantee because I don't know, but it gives him a really good shot at moving on.
Whoa, did hit that chute gate coming out of there. Hasn't slowed him down any. Pop, pop, pop.
Watch that right foot. He literally spurs over the bronc rein. At least once, maybe twice. There's the rear and the mark out. They may have waved it because of the foul, but watch his right foot. The spur goes over the bronc rein. And to weather that storm is something. Weston moves in the top 3 with an 80. And now we have a bottom number to shoot at. And that would be Cole Elshier's 78. Cole is now on the bubble.
Ben Anderson of Eckville, Alberta, the champ of Super Series 3. He's number 20 in the world. Another Survey horse, this one branded A1. His name is Steak Sauce. Riggin Smith was 86 here, back in our first Super Series. Isaac Diaz, the millionaire from Desdemona, was 85 on this horse in Eagle, Colorado. Ben's coming off his win at the Dixie National in Jackson, Mississippi, but he has to be more than 78. 78 is the number we want, but even more than that would be fantastic.
Oh, little sucker jump, buddy.
Is the saddle slipping? I don't know.
Kind of looked like his saddle rocked to the right, Boyd.
Yeah, I felt like that saddle moved on that first or second jump. There's the mark out. Oh, it looks like it's fine. Get his feet to the front end, toes turned out.
There.
Good enough to move him into the number 2 spot. It's tight, 81.5 points. There's only 2 points that separate number 4 from number 1. And so now Weston Patterson and his 80 is on the chopping block as we go to the oldest of Rod Hay's 2 sons. You'll see younger brother Dawson here in a moment, but we're going to start with 28-year-old Logan. Their dad, Rod Hay, won the rodeo in the building to our east, and he won the rodeo the first year we were in this building. His uncle Rod is like, what, 3-4-time NFR qualifier?
You bet.
And let's just be honest, their dad taught them right because both these boys ride bucking horses really well. Last year, Logan was the champion. And there's Weston. That's Mr. Patterson. If he sees an 80 and a half, he knows he's done. So all he can do is kick back and watch. We're halfway through the field. 5 have went, 5 are left to go.
This is a colt out of the world-famous Riverboat Annie from the Pete Carr breeding program in North Texas. Pete Carr Rodeos, they bring the buckers. Here's the other albino. Now here is the sister to the white mare you watch buck in the bareback ride. It's a genetic set. I don't know if they're going to get any more, not out of Annie probably, but same stallion, 2 different mares. She bucks. That's all I'm going to tell you, boys.
Well, Damian Brennan was 86 on this horse in Oakley, Utah. We don't even need to be that high yet, but an excellent horse, just like the albino we saw in the barebacks. That's a good one.
I'm going to guess that's one of the best rides we've seen in this semifinal for sure. When you judge the horse and the cowboy. Kicking, jumping, feet coming to the front end, toes turned out. Yabba dabba doo, that's what we wanted. 86 points. And Logan Hay has spurred his way to the top of this semifinal.
And that is Weston Patterson, who can just watch as he's been bumped out. He will go to the wild card, and now the cut line becomes Dawson Dom at an 81.
Leon Fountain. Super Series number 5. He gave it all that he had. He didn't have 2 of the best out of the 3 horses that he came for.
Did a lot of research trying to find out something on To the Limit.
Well,
didn't find much. What do you got, Bob?
James says, that's James Andrews, this horse ought to kind of start to the right and then go down the arena. They won first at Odessa back in January on this horse. This horse actually is owned by Steve and Cindy Gilbert of the Diamond G Rodeo Company in Utah. Sammy and James have had their set of horses for the last 2 years. They have won. Oh.
Well, the other thing that I think is crazy is Leon snuck in with an 80-point ride. So he would need his highest mark ride yet in order to advance from semifinal number 2. He's hustling, trying to get there.
Take it to the limit. That's the name of that horse, and that's just exactly what Leon does.
Dawson Dom at the bottom with an 81. So the question is he going to be more than 81 points? He is not. I believe that Janie is standing with the guy on the bubble. Do you got Dawson, Janie?
I do. I'm down here with Dawson Dom, and you're back here watching this unfold. And how much anticipation comes with being on that bubble position?
Oh, none. You know, you're out here with your best friends, riding for the big bucks. It's all good.
It doesn't get better than Rodeo Houston. Good job on a good ride, but we'll wait and see how it unfolds.
Thanks. Good luck, Dawson. I love this Bailey bucking horse called Capone. This horse has been around for a while. It's a beautiful paint. Underneath Dawson Hay, who was one of the hottest bronc riders here this year. The champ of Super Series 1. Capone tucking his head. Dawson throwing his arm forward and his feet. It's got to be more than 81. We're going to swap one Dawson for another if he is. 26-year-old cowboy from Wildwood, Alberta, Canada. Brody Cress was 84.5 on this horse here last year. And Dawson is going to end up 1 point shy. Dawson is going to the wild card. His brother Logan is going to the finals.
We will finish the saddle bronc ride in Bobby T with 2 rematches. Here's the first. Las Cruces, New Mexico's Zach Dallas. He had this horse from Andrews called Top Dollar at Fort Worth, where he was 87 points. He only needs to be more than 81 tonight to put himself in the top 4 with 1 to sweat. He won Denver with an 87. So the big numbers can be there for Zach Dallas, but he is fighting, scratching, and clawing just to make it to the whistle. Wow, what a horse.
Well, if he's been 87 once, horse is going to buck a little bit different than he did at Dickey's Arena in Fort Worth. You got a football field to play on, and the horse knows it. So he's free and open. Well, he's close to his rematch score, 83. 8-3 for Zachary.
So that puts him in the number 2 spot. And him, Logan, and Leighton are guaranteed to move on. With one guy to go. Who's the one guy? The defending Rodeo Houston champion. The guy who won this rodeo 1 year ago on our final Sunday with a 91-point ride on a Survey horse called Ed Bishop. This, too, is a rematch. He had this horse at the NFR in 2023, scored 82 points. That's exactly what he needs to score to advance. It's Midnight Train from Pete Carr. Gone champ. And now, it's up to the verdict that's going to come from our contest officials. It's been a very even saddle bronc riding. Even the guys that are being routed to the wild card had scores almost good enough to advance. And Leighton, just did what Damian just did what he had to do. 83.5 points. Ben Anderson is bumped. And Leighton Green is saved. There's Anderson. You'll see him in a wild card.
Heck of a pen of bucking horses and a heck of a pen of bucking horse riders. Cole to Weston. Oh, the big gray horse did take a jerk out of there. There's a Diamond G brand for Utah. And here comes that second white mare with the gray eyes. Oh, Ben Anderson, get ready. Leon, you give it all you had for the horse you had. Cole, proud of you. Regan, he's going to tell you how it works. Woo! That's what they say, but here's how they advance. It's Logan Hay, Canada to top. Damon Brennan, all the rest of you boys, good job tonight.
Thank you to Energy Transfer for bringing us the bronc riding. But don't go anywhere. We will dig in deep. Steer wrestling is next.
It's time for Entertainer Trivia. Answer the question on the screen correctly for a chance to win season tickets to the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, which is Cody Jenks' hometown. If you know what it is, text to win, and we'll come back later and tell you if you chose correctly.
You gotta go to the fan zone, right? Don't just look at all the colorful artwork. Look at who's up there. Our rodeo royalty. So many different athletes that you'll get a chance to meet. We've got 2 of them. Sections 103 and 124. It's all brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You can also see our Rodeo Houston Championship saddles. They are at both locations.
Oh, Leon Coffee. Leon, you got the wrong hat on. There, he's got it on. Right hat. This is the Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam. Look at that. Got an emoji smile on you, Andy?
I don't, but they do, and they look, oh, that's cool. Wear your sunglasses inside. You're hitting a whole new level. Why not? It's a fresh set of horns. I like it. Yeah, it's better with a cowboy hat and a mustache.
The sun is set outside Energy Stadium, but the carnival is still cooking. And inside, we're about to cook up some dust in the steer wrestling as the big boys in this playoff rodeo called Semifinal 2, they get ready to play compliments of Mattress Firm. Dakota Eldridge, this is the guy that has won this rodeo 2 times, including 2024, and you'll see him tonight. He's on a chance to win it 3 times in a row. Dalton Massey's a past champion here. Tyler Wagesback is a past champion here. But we start with a great world champion.
Tyler Pearson now calling Atoka, Oklahoma home. Was raised in Mississippi, went to school at the University of West Alabama, but ever since then, he's got a gold buckle and 6 trips to the national finals. A good start, has to reach back and grab the steer, and 5.7. He looks back knowing there was a little bit more that he could have done. Watch, he's going to slip this inside horn just a little bit, but he hustles to get it back, but it probably cost him a second in doing so.
All right, that's somewhat of a bar, but the next guy can beat that, no problem. Here's another Houston champion, a 5-time world champion, and he is in the top 15 of the world standings tonight as a Houston champion and a Super Series #1. Do it in the semifinals, 4.4. Now we're steer wrestling with Tyler Waguespack.
Yeah, that future Hall of Famer has set a bar that everybody else is going to have to run at. Now, normally, or in the past, we've invited the 40 best in the world, okay? This year and last, we started incorporating qualifiers. If you win the Fort Bend County Fair, if you win the permit finals in Waco, if you win the Waller County Fair in Hempstead, you earn a right to come compete in the Super Series. Then you have to advance out of that Super Series. Well, that's what this guy did. He won the Fort Bend County Fair and Rodeo through the qualifier. He qualified out of his Super Series #3. This is the son of a world champion named Rope, the grandson of a world champion named Butch, and the nephew of one of the greatest all-around cowboys, a man named Cash. This is Holden Myers, 25 years old. This is his 4th year. He was the runner-up at the Silver Spurs Rodeo in Kissimmee last month with a 4 flat. Now that's a big rodeo arena too.
It's big, it's just not as big as this.
Right.
But he's trying to free this gray horse up. Whenever he drops his right hand, he wants him to leave freely. Sometimes these horses run so fast, they get frozen in the corner. But that's a great start for Holden. Now finish the job. 4.6. Did he get out? Was everything good? I believe it was. Yeah, 4 and 6. That's #2. Nice work for the 25-year-old.
Well, see, now I start to get scared because with a 4.4 to 4.6, guys are going to run at that barrier. They're just going to.
All right, let's see who's going to be on the bubble when we get through with Stetson Jorgensen. Super Series #3 is where he started to show us his talents. Here's a guy that could be a millionaire at the end of the season, maybe at the end of this. He's got 901, but 4.4, 4.6, 5.7. A 6 would be fine, but it put him on the bubble. So go for the 4.3. Is the luck of the draw of having a steer. Oh, that looks like a good one. They all look like that in that camera shot. Here you go, Stetson. How? 6 and 3. So, where you don't want to be after a run, 6 and 3, he is on the bubble.
Yeah, with 6 guys left to go. So it's tough to get comfortable, but we've seen some strange things happen at Rodeo Houston. There's no doubt about that. Okay. We watched his brother Levi in the team roping, but he was on a trail ride because his partner missed the horns. So now Eli lower to Sturgis, South Dakota. Big checks in Fort Worth. Big checks in Tucson. Advanced out of Super Series #2. 6'3" or faster. But you probably want to be under 5'7" to feel confident. Hard running Little Red Roan. Down he goes. Feet out in front. Up goes the Weasel. 4.6. Going to tie him for 2nd and 3rd. And now Tyler Pearson is on the outside looking in at a 5'7".
Watch him drive his feet in the ground twice. When his feet hit the ground, he put his heels in. He said, whoa, I got a little trick for you.
Yeah, if you ever have to question if they're athletes, that shows you everything you need to know. Now, our 2-time and defending champ, Dakota Eldridge, we asked him, how many shirts does a steer wrestler go through in a year? And he told us it takes about 20 shirts to get it through the end of the year. Long reach. Nice job, Dakota. And that has him tied on the bubble but because of the tiebreaker, Tyler Pearson is still number 4. Eldridge, our defending champ, is going to the wild card.
Yes, that's a little bit of a shocker. Now, I'll tell you a guy that has always done well at this rodeo, and he's riding the box next. His name is Dalton Massey, Hermiston, Oregon. He's the prototypical build for a bulldogger. 6'1", 200 pounds. He's been the reserve champion of the world. He's a 2-time NFR qualifier. And in 2023, he left Rodeo Houston as the champion. Right now, 5'7". Let's see, would Dalton win the tiebreaker? He would not. So he's got to be 5'6". That's the mark. If he's 5'6", Tyler Pearson's gone. Here we go. Massey on the move, down in the dirt. Oh, boy! If he's clean. Is he clean? He's not looking like he's clean. Broke the barrier. 10-second penalty.
Right there, you can see it on that overhead camera.
Not by much, especially when you watch that at full speed. At slow motion, you're like, why would he do that in slow motion? Because you think you got to, but at full speed, when you see that happen, you realize just how close he was.
All right, Andy, here comes a big wave for you. I hope your ocean view is beautiful tonight. It is at his house.
Your description was beautiful, Bobby. Tryson Kalavaya, the Hawaiian, number 18 in the world. Won the Golden Spike Rodeo in Tremont, Utah, but right now all he's thinking about is 5 and 6. Be 5 and 6 to try and beat the world champ Tyler Pearson. Actually checks up at the barrier line, thinking he was close. 5 and 5, but he broke the barrier.
See, remember when we had that 4-4, then we had the 4-6, then we had another 4-6, and I was like, okay, they're going to start running at this barrier, and they did. Oh, love to see the overhead shot of that again in full speed, because it's just so close, right? All right, Pearson dodges another bullet. I mean, he's like a cat. He's got 9 lives right now.
This guy could take one of them away from you. Scott Gunter, second generation Canadian champion. His daddy Ken, Calgary champion, Canadian champion. Gunter, push, 4 flat. Now we're gonna throw it up there in front of you, but he broke the barrier. We're not gonna throw it up in front of you. Another broken barrier. Oh, shucks, hecky darn son of a gun.
That's a punch in the gut, fellas.
That's 3 out of the last 4. And there you are, Tyler. One more to sweat, champ. 2017 champion of the world. He's a 40-year-old cowboy wanting to go straight from this semifinal to the finals on Sunday.
And he has one more to watch. Riley Duvall, Chakota, Oklahoma. So it's a man that was born and raised in Oklahoma versus a cowboy that decided to move there. 33-year-old Duvall comes from a family where steer wrestling is everything they know. Has to be 5 and 6 or quicker.
Out. Oh, the steer set. Oh, are you kidding me? That's where the luck of the draw comes into play. And there, Tyler dodges. How many bullets did he dodge? A lot of them. Because Tyler was like the first guy to go in the rodeo, recorded the 5-7, and then had to sit back through that marathon of bulldogging to find out if the 5-7 was good enough, and it is. Crazy night in the steer wrestling.
Well, as you think about holding your breath, am I going to make it? Could I make it? Do I go to the wild card? Young Holden took the jump. He made it in 3rd. There's the man that was on the bubble that had to wait 4 guys. Now, when you roll one like that, it's over. Dalton Massey, he gave it all that he had, but a broken barrier cost him. Wag, you're safe. He's on the top. Wag is back, number 1. Eli Lord, the brother, one of them make it. Mattress Firm, thank you for making the team open happen.
3 barrels, and the Cowgirls and the barrel racing, they are next.
The fun doesn't stop after tonight's concert. Get your adrenaline rush or play some games at the Carnival presented by First Community. Taste award-winning wines from around the world at Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost. If you're 21 and over, enjoy dancing and live music at the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. until midnight. Looking for a casual or fine dining experience? The Ranch Saloon and Steakhouse has got you covered. Enjoy some live music and grab an ice-cold beer at the Miller Lite Ice House. Unwind with a drink as you enjoy a live DJ at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. So stick around, there's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
So check the screens, everybody. A moment ago, we asked you if you knew what Cody Jinks' hometown was. And if you did, you were supposed to text in your answer. Well, if you took Rodeo 3 for Fort Worth, you're a winner. And you'll be able to find out on March 23rd whether you won season tickets to the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Thanks for texting to win.
Welcome back to Rodeo Houston. A great looking crowd for the semifinals tonight. We're getting set for the ladies barrel racing, and I'm keeping an eye out on the 3-time world champion, Brittany Posey Tanazi. Clocked a 14:37 during her Super Series, and only BPT could show up here at Rodeo Houston on a borrowed Australian bred horse, run at a jackpot, and then come here and dominate her Super Series. They ran super fast during their turn here, and it's going to be an even faster track tonight.
Okay, let's run this race. Semifinal number 2 for the Cowgirls and the WPRA Barrel Racing. Brought to you by S&B Engineers and Constructors. Leslie Small, you go. She won it all last year, and she advanced to the finals yesterday in semifinal number 1. There's the aforementioned Brittany Posey Tanazi, Haley Kinsel with 4 gold buckles, Cassie Mowry, the reigning world champ. It is going to be good watching.
Erath County's AC Pinkston will kick it off. 14:91, her fastest time, and she did it twice. Super Series number 4. She won Belton, Texas. She's currently just inside the top 30 in the world. She tries to position this beautiful bay in the center alley on the north end of NRG Stadium. 3 barrels, she will choose to start with a right-hand turn, finish with 2 to the left. You want to be close to it, it's still standing, that's all fine. Last barrel turn coming to you. Let's help out a Texas lady. 14:75, her fastest time of the entire rodeo.
Uh-oh. If it's a fast track tonight, Bob.
Get out of the way for Brittany. That's what he's alluding to. We watched all of this happen. Super Series number 2 for a 3-time champion of the world. You've heard what Jenny Johnson had to say about her. This little horse is a red rocket, but this lady is a jockey of rockets. Beautiful first turn. Do the same thing again. Let's go. Folks, did I tell you she's from Lamb Passes, Texas? Woo! Barely tapped him. 14:67. She goes to the lead.
Well, we knew it was going to be a fast track tonight, guys. The 3-time world champion, Brittany Posey Tanazi, just smoked a run, but make way for the 4-time world champion, Haley Kinsel and sister. This is going to be their second run here this year, and sister looked absolutely incredible during her Super Series, the one run that she did made. She did the signature head shake, and they're headed into that first barrel. Haley Kinsel and sister maybe a step past it, but sometimes this can help them as they go around the second. We're laying down a run here, and sister hits a new gear, and they just got a little distracted by something in the arena. That does not happen very often. Haley's going to make sure she takes care of this horse.
I have never seen that happen with her and that horse.
Never. I don't know if she saw something over the arena. Sister, had something she didn't like. She's still a 4-time world champion and a winner here at Houston. They'll be back.
All right, let's see what the riding redhead can get done. 6 times to the NFR consecutively, a $1.5 million cowgirl. Emily Beisel, Weatherford, Oklahoma. Into barrel number 1. That's okay, you can touch him. You just can't tip him over. Keep him off that one. Tight corners, straight lines. Miss Emily is riding hard. Wow, 1479. And that's going to put her 3rd out of 4 runs. We'll have to hold on and wait and see.
Three Forks, Montana's Taylor Moykins. College champ from 2021 for the Bobcats of Montana State. Won the Las Vegas Days Rodeo, obviously in Las Vegas back in November. Just won the Dixie National in Jackson, Mississippi. She is number 13 in the world. A little wide around barrel number 1. And she tries to tighten up turn number 2. But will knock over the second barrel. It'll be a 5-second penalty for Taylor. And she will be moving on to the wild card with the 2026.
Yeah, we have to assume that, obviously, unless everybody else has barrel trouble.
Let it not happen to Cassie Mowry. 6-time NFR qualifier.
We've had an awesome start to our barrel race, and as you can see, you really want to have a barrel horse that hunts a barrel, and that is what the 3-time world champion Brittany Posey-Tanazi has here at Houston this year. That first barrel, they call it the money barrel, because if you can get your timing right on it, it's going to make all the difference in the rest of your run. This horse, Bobby, they do not have a lot of time together. This is their first rodeo to run together at, and they smoked all 3 barrels. He just really gets on his hind end and wraps a turn. But let's take a look at the difference between Brittany and AC Pinkston, who's sitting second. You can see they're really head-to-head, wrapped the first barrel in a really similar style on both of their horses. Brittany Posey-Tanazi's on the sorrel, AC's horse is the darker brown. Slightly different angle going into that second. Brittany was on the inside, going into that second barrel. Going into the third, Brittany is on the outside, AC's on the inside. Then they come together at the same position around the third and are very, very close running home. Brittany Posey-Tanazi a little over a 10th faster over AC Pinkston, but it's a fast track, a 14.67. I think that's going to hold up for the top 4, but we still have Cassie Mowry, one of the greatest barrel racers of all time. Her and Jarvis are running here this year. It's going to get better and better, and it's going to come down to hundredths of a second to see who's going to move on here.
All right, Janie, here is the lady you just mentioned, Cassie Mowry. Fresh ground after the rake. The 2024 champion of the world for the WPRA. At the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, she won 4 rounds in a row. Now you need to win 1 round right here. We're at a 14.67 to the lead. It's going to be easy to beat him if you don't knock a barrel down, and she's clean. Dublin, Texas, 14.65. Hello to the top of the leaderboard.
Guys, I said it, it's going to come down to hundredths of a second here as we get set for Julie Plord. Julie's from Santa Claus country. That's how far north Quebec she is from. She just moved down here to Texas. She bought this horse 3 years ago from Tiani Schuster, NFR qualifier, and they have been a team ever since. Now, you want to have a horse that really hunts a barrel, and that's exactly what this horse she calls epic. That's what he does at that first. They go into the second, nice and close. This is going to be a quick run. Look at the long stride on this awesome gelding. Fantastic run. She needs to be 14.79 or faster. Oh, and just off of it. What a great run, though. I'd keep an eye out for them in the wild card because that was a beautiful job. We just need to be a little bit faster.
Yeah, and when they get to that wild card, you're one and done. Only one person advances. 4 advance out of the semifinal. Down the alley quarter horses for a cowgirl. Born and raised in Tabor, South Dakota. Moved to Madisonville, Texas to pursue her dream of training horses. Won the Caldwell Night Rodeo last year. This is Michelle Alley. Got to be faster than a 14.79. Lifts her leg to get by the left barrel. The louder you get, the faster they run. Come on, Michelle Alley. 14.83. 4/100ths of a second. You can't blink your eye in 4/100ths of a second.
Well, Paige Jones knows she has the ability to beat that 14.79 in advance. This former Rookie of the Year and NFR qualifier was 14.59 in round 1. She won Dodge City. Again, needs to be quicker than 14.79. Gets around barrel number 2. It's still standing. The Okie on Texas soil turns it into a foot race, but 14.89 is a little too long with one more to go.
And the Aggies in the house tonight. Here comes one. Halen Ladd, China Springs, Texas. Oh, she's got a master's degree at A&M. She mastered that first turn perfectly. Put the degree on this one. All right, get you a PhD on the way home. Home, home, hurry! Ugh. 14.84. Well, that's 5/100ths of a second off of it. Wow.
Oh, the barrel racing. Yeah, the backup flag. It takes an athlete in the saddle. It takes an athlete under the saddle. Little luck doesn't hurt either as you lift your leg to get by that barrel. Bear down and bear on. Look at the grimace. The G-force you can't even imagine as the riding redhead Emily Lee Beisel takes it home. Here's who's advancing. Check it out. The world champ Cassie Mowry. The 3-time champion of the world Brittany Posey. Then Pinkston and Beisel are headed to the finals. Thank you to S&B engineers and constructors.
The Cowgirl contest will carry on with the ladies in the breakaway roping. Our partner for the ladies with the lariat, it's Oxy. Oxy brings it to us, and 1 year ago, it was Jackie Crawford. Jackie, the 2024 champ, who is getting closer and closer to breaking the $1 million mark. So look out for world champ Gilbert. You're going to see Crawford in this set. We will start with Bags, Wyoming, and Willow Wilson. She was 3-3 in Super Series 3. Won Salt Lake City. That paid her over $12,000. She'll set the pace, but
what was that? I don't know if she lost her spoke or fell out of her fingers. I don't know about Andy.
Maybe double clutched when she was coming. Oh, she hit her horse in the head right there above the right ear, so no time for Willow.
Don't want that to happen. Okay, let's go to a cowgirl who advanced out of Super Series number 2. She's an NFR champion who went to college at Weatherford College. Her dad, Lloyd, steer wrestler, big rancher up there in Buffalo, South Dakota. Sawyer Gilbert is who I'm talking about. She will now officially have to set the bar for everyone else with the bad luck for Willow. Gilbert, 2021 NFR champion. Look at that intensity on her face. Break. Get out before the barrier. There you go. And 3.5, but she got the barrier. So here it is. That's slow-mo right there. And I know if you think, well, my gosh, that calf has another 6 inches. And like I said, in full speed, you wouldn't even notice it. You'd be like, that didn't happen.
All right, from the beautiful country of Montana, that's near Volberg, that's ranching country. Here comes a mother of 3. And another one with a master's in business administration. We never brag on cowboys about having a master's degree. This is Joey Williams. Montana, atta girl. 3 flat. We'll raise the bar a little for you, gentlemen. 3-point flat.
You can't hide the smile, can you, Andy?
No, you can't. She knew exactly what she did when she did it. 3 flat, a strong time for the number 5 cowgirl in the WPRA World Standings. Now let's go to the runner-up from Fort Worth. Kinley Bernice, Craig, Colorado. Super Series 4, she took away $4,000. She was 3-2. That was her fastest time, and it came when she needed it the most in round number 3.
The calf not looking straight ahead. You can see that. Now the horse is looking at the calf, the cowgirl's looking at the calf, but you need all 6 eyes. The 2 on the horse, the 2 on the cowgirl, and the 2 on the calf. All looking the same way at the same time because the start is everything. Calf moves to the left, and that wasn't any help. So we're not putting much pressure on the back half of the breakaway ropers. We've got 2 no times and a broken barrier and 1 clean run. But that calf moving left definitely messed up Kinley's plans. So let's go to the GOAT.
23 world titles, a Houston title. Her husband, a champion of champions. This is Jackie Crawford. Her husband is a former Houston champion. Super Series number 4, round 2 was her claim to fame. Put her in the right money to be here in semifinals number 2. Jackie Crawford and that pretty roan horse, yeah. 2 swings, dip it, and pull your slack. Look at that smile. Boyd calls it the queen. I think I will start doing that as well. 3.5.
Let's turn to the daughter of a bronc rider. That's her dad. Her mom's an Olympic class polo player. Here's another Texas A&M grad and a former Rookie of the Year. A 2-time WPRA champion. She was 3-4 in round 2 of Super Series 2. Madison Uthier. Yeah, no! It's got to pull tight around the neck of the calf. The fact that she got a leg in that loop when it broke from the saddle horn means it's a no time. So even though that just pulled tight, but the figure 8 come back and caught the left rear leg of that calf. So it's a no time. Look at this, guys. We've only got 4 left to go, and we've only had 3 qualified times.
Well, that's about to change. This is the lady that holds the arena record here at Rodeo Houston, Macy Young, with a 2.2. She does not need that time right now. Just a solid start and a clean catch. And this former all-around champion of the college national finals and 2-time NFR qualifier would put herself in a great, great position to advance to Championship Sunday. Reaches out, and it doesn't go on either.
Okay.
No time.
With 3 to go, Tiana, Bo, and Cheyenne, the only advice I will give you is don't beat yourself. Make one of the other 2 cowgirls to go after you rope beat you. This is an Eastern New Mexico University grad. Went to her first NFR last year, owns a structural pipe business.
I'd buy pipe from that lady. She won $8,000 in the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. Coming out of Super Series number 1. Boy, that horse had to run to catch up. She does it. Ooh, 4-2. With the price of pipe today, that's going to make her a little money in Houston tonight.
And of the 2 that remain, she can afford to have one of them be faster than 4.2.
But we know that our defending champion will get a chance to defend that title. That's Jackie Crawford, and Joey Williams will also advance. But here's Bo Peterson. Needs to be quicker than 13.5. If she's quicker than 4.2, she's guaranteed to advance, and she will. 3.9, and Bo Peterson has punched her ticket to Sunday.
You know, she rides horses for the Hanchy, Shane Hanchy, who we saw earlier. Her goal is to train a horse of the year one day. All right, Cheyenne McCartney. You've won Fort Worth. You won the American Royal in Kansas City. Here's another Texas A&M graduate. Went to the finals and won the championship in 2023 in Las Vegas. She must be 4-2. No, she got to be 4-1. She would not win the money, 4-2. She'd win the tiebreaker with a 4-2. And she did it. She did it. It's going to be a 3.7. And she can't hide the sparkle either. Just let your sparkle shine.
Wow, perfect loops.
What an odd start to our breakaway roping, but the cream rose at the very end of it all as the Cowgirls were able to whip up, bring it all together. Come out from behind that barrier line. You got to give chase. The look of intensity as you go to throw your loop and hope that it goes to the target you had intended. From the reach on the roan horse of our defending champ and the look back of disgust, there is the smile of the queen and a little bit of dejection. Congratulations to those advancing, including Joey Williams, Jackie Crawford, Cheyenne McCartney, and Bo Peterson. Thank you to Oxy. They sponsor our breakaway roping.
Oh boy, oh boy. Wake up, George. It's bull riding when we come back to Houston.
See those busy men and women working the gates and setting up equipment? Say thank you to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring our arena crew.
All right, I want you to be thinking about sections 103 and 104. That's the fan zone. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Go take a picture with your favorite rodeo athlete. Get a belt buckle. They're waiting on you.
I'm here with world champion Jess Pope, who is now headed on to the finals at Rodeo Houston. And Jess, what is some advice that you would give to young rodeo athletes wanting to make it here to Rodeo Houston?
Just try hard at everything you do. When you fall down, it's not a mistake. It's actually just an opportunity to learn and just to be that much better when you come back to try again.
Well, and with the lessons you've learned, that's why you made rides like this. Let's take a look at your ride from the semifinals here tonight that's led you to the finals. Take us through it.
Yeah, that's King Dingaling of Surveys. He's kind of a younger horse. He's a lot harder than what I thought he was going to be. Really bucking right through there, kind of delayed when he's coming up, and when he breaks over, it's a little bit tough. Really nice horse, and just had to keep gassing on it. Fortunate to make it through.
It was an awesome ride. We'll see you here at the finals at Rodeo Houston. And thank you so much to all of our friends at Houston Methodist for what they do for our rodeo athletes.
Oh, the carnival is lit up and ready for everybody when the rodeo and our concert's over tonight. But right now, let's talk about riding bulls. This event that is brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim is going to feature the rankest against the best. There is the reigning champion at Houston Creek Young. That happened a year ago. We're proud to have him back in. Tristan Hutchins, you're going to show us your deal. Brody, your turn to come back. Mason Moody, good luck. Luke Mass, you got your hands full.
But here are the men that will protect our bull riders. On the left of your screen, the greatest of all time, that is Dusty Tuckness. In the middle, NFR bullfighter Nate Justice. And the man on the right, the fastest man on cleats, Bo Sheets.
And the man on the farthest right is a 10-time NFR barrelman from Soper, Oklahoma. Say hello to Mr. John Harrison.
Houston, are you ready to ride some bulls? Let's get the best seat. Let's do it.
I like the way you think. Let's start it with a two-time college national champ. This guy, Bob, he's ridden 7 of his last 8 bulls. He rode 2 out of 3 in his Super Series. This is the great Tristan Hutchings on a bull called Dual Citizen.
Let's let him make it 8 for 9 then, Boyd. Idaho, if you're on TV, he's only 40,000 away from becoming one of our millionaires. We have 18 of them entered here tonight. 3 times he's been to the big show with a bull that's got a 79% buck-off rate. I call that 80. This bull's rideable. Tristan, ease up.
You mean when 1 out of every 5 guys that tries to ride him gets bucked off, that's rideable to you?
Yeah. For a kid that rides as good as he?
Yes.
Could be 8 for 9 on this one tonight.
Yeah, you're not going to get me to bet against Tristan.
And
Let's
he's
ride.
been doing it for the last 60 days.
Go, Tristan. Go, Tristan. Yes. We started with another qualified ride. And the man from Mountain View, Idaho deserves everything you give him. This bull is going to spin away from his hand. It's going to go to the right on a left-handed bull rider. He uses his free arm perfectly to stay square with the bull. Hey, bull riders, heads up. 86.5 is setting the bar.
I think that took a little air out of him. Now hold the rest of you got plenty of air in you. You got to beat it now.
Morgan Mill, Texas is Brody Erie. Redneck Lot Lizard. Yeah, that's the name of the bull. Claimed 2 victims here already. 27-year-old Brody goes all the way back to Super Series 1. He was 81.5 then. May take a little more than that. Oh boy! Feet come loose, and the Lot Lizard is stuck in the spin cycle. A great job by our bullfighters stepping in to bring the bull away.
Yeah, this time it goes into his hand, but his feet betray him. So our next guy is a young kid that qualified here by winning the permit finals in Waco. And we asked Lane Vaughn, why is this rodeo so special to you?
Oh, this is a rodeo I've wanted to come to since I was a little kid, and always hearing people talking it up. And to be in the semis my first time here, it means the world.
Yeah, since I was a little kid. He's only 19 right now, folks.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he won the Columbia River Circuit Finals out in Redmond. Standout at Western Texas College. He's got a bull called Trinity. Yeah, ride right-handed. That's good. If this bull likes right-handed bull riding. Let's hear it for the kid from Oregon. Second qualified ride. And Lane Vaughn does it.
Able to stay up on his rope as close as he can be. Stays right in front of the chutes. 86 points. That's your number 2 man. Man, this is getting tough early, Bobby T.
Well, my pick was 86. We'll see if we can do it. And 3 I expect to see ride him tonight. We're already 2 out of that. Kansas sends us Jackson Ward. This bull has a real scary name, folks. They call this bull Soccer Mom.
Have you ever seen a mad soccer mom?
Now, wait a minute.
Don't laugh.
And don't let the name fool you. The last time this bull was ridden was in Denver, Colorado in 2024. So it's been 14 months since somebody rode this bull.
He's got a 93% buck-off rate. Let's make some history in Houston tonight. Jackson Ward, 21 years old. Let's ride Soccer Mom.
Oh, she had her day. Left the kids and away she went. Woo! That's a hog now, boys. That's a big bull. He'll weigh 18 and 50, 1,900 pounds. Ooh. See ya.
Well, now he's 42 and 3.
I just give Jackson credit for getting on him. Here's another young gun, a 22-year-old cowboy. What are you doing? Did you drink too much caffeine, John?
Well, at least I'm having fun. You're negative, telling everybody 90% chance the guy's going to get bucked off. Be positive for once.
I just read the stats, Stud.
I mean, just why don't you say nobody's bucked off this one? Give the guy what he needs. Be a good motivational speaker.
So you want me to lie to him?
Might as well. You lie to everybody else.
Nailed you.
That was good.
Nailed to the wall on that one.
Yes. Unjustified is the name of the bull, and it was unjustified what John just said. The bull has a 58% buck-off rate. Raleigh Johnson should ride him. Raleigh, ride him.
Oh, he's switching up. Switching up, and he was bowed over the front end, ready for the switch. He knew what that bull was going to do. Now watch right here. Big Bull jumps away from his hand. Now he's going to come back into his hand. Over the front, your upper body gets out of position like that. Your feet are going to float, and your butt is going to fly. Oh, I'm glad his hand come loose.
You see how that bull just tossed him like a rag doll, too? It shows you how much power was underneath him.
They don't even know they're on their back. I mean, seriously. The bull weighs 1,800 pounds. The cowboy weighs 150. Literally 10% of the bull's weight is on his back. He is not intimidated by anybody. It takes a great athlete with a great concentration as well as determination. It takes both. Mason Moody has both. He's the Badlands Circuit Finals champion. He was 87 in Fort Worth. He was 85 in San Antonio. And I'm not even going to tell you the buck-off percentage because he's going to ride this bull. We're going to help him ride this bull. Come on, Mason. Ride this bull. There you go, buddy. There you go, bud. There you go.
Rode him to a standstill. Now he gets off. Great job, bullfighters, for being there. But watch this. Once this bull starts to spin and Mason stays right in the middle. Starts to the left, and the bull says, okay, I'm going to go to the right. Away from his hand, Mason doesn't move. 81.5. That is our third qualified ride, gentlemen.
That was my call. Did you notice the ring in that bull's nose?
Yes.
They've got him where they want him.
Bobby T, this is a rematch from earlier in the rodeo. Luke Mass had this bull at this rodeo back in Super Series number 4. This is what he did. He rode the bull for 89 points. Now the question is, can he do that again? Same cowboy, same bull. It's the rematch for the number 14 ranked cowboy in the world. They marked the bull 44.5. That means they marked the cowboy 44.5 as well. That's out of 50 points, folks. Here we go. Luke Max on the rematch. Keep hustling, Luke. Keep hustling. Keep hustling. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's add another layer to the story. Luke only rode one bull in his Super Series to qualify to the semifinals. It was that bull. He's now ridden him 2 times in a row. 81 points, and Mast is now the cut.
All right, everybody singing, what have I got to do? And I got 3 guys to go. A neighbor to Andy in Florida, Fruitland Park, Florida, Clayton Sellers. Now, he's a veteran almost because he's 26. We got 19, 21, 22-year-old kids. Tonight, the bull is Wham Bam. That's a lot like soccer mom. But Wham Bam has a 10-1 record, a 90% buck off.
Well, John doesn't want you to say that.
It's okay. He's going to ride him anyway. He's going to be number 2.
This bull's had a little time off, too, Bobby T. Oh!
Okay, well, that was completely uncalled for.
Well, when a soccer mom pulls into the parking lot, you don't want to be parked in her way.
Gets right back up over his rope, says, I'm ready to go, guys. Bam, bam, the bull. Oh! Yanks him over the front. And the bull will get the best to the Gator fan from Fruitland Park. No score for Sellers. Bull actually comes out, starts kind of backwards. Clayton Weather's the first part of it, but when that right foot comes loose, it's over.
All right, Hayes, it's time to get even, cowboy. Third time's the charm. So he had this bull a month ago in San Antonio. He rode him for 2.6 seconds. He had this bull at Rodeo Houston 2 years ago in 2023. Rode him for 5.1 seconds. The bull is 52-13. 52 times he's been bucked, 13 times he's been ridden. They average 86 points. And he's starting to talk trash to the bull rider. Hayes Wade won the 10th round of the national finals and $108,000. Let's get even, Hayes. Third time's the charm on white trash. And Hayes,
683. It's close, but no cigar.
Just started sliding back off of his rope. Right here, he's good, but you can see a little bit of separation between his hand and his bull rope. And once that happens, your seat gets loose. You'll eventually lose it because your feet usually follow. And a no score as our bull continues to play around with the bullfighters inside the arena. He has no friends. Okay. The question is, can Trevor Rice of Linden, Iowa remain perfect? He has ridden all 3 bulls he has drawn this year at Rodeo Houston, sweeping his Super Series. He's won $9,000. He only has to be more than 81.5 to be able to advance to semifinal 2.
He could be 81 because he'd win the tiebreaker. He won 9,000. Luke Maston's sitting at 3,000. So Trevor would win the immediate tiebreaker of most money won. 81 or more, buddy. Nope. And
Right-handers, Boyd, have been the guys that have been riding that bull. It didn't work tonight.
Alamana left on the right-handed bull rider that had been perfect up to this point. He is now going to have to fight his way through a wild card, either Friday or Saturday for a chance at Sunday. Yeah, they wear a mouth guard for good reason. There's the rosin on the rope in the handhold. There's the intensity of using your free arm correctly into your hand. Free arm beside the ear. It doesn't matter if you ride for 8 seconds, 4, you're going to get hurt because this is a lot of work and there's a ton of torque on your body, whether you survive the 8 seconds or not. Feet up, bullfighters move in. 3 of the greatest in the game have earned that reputation. And Mr. Hutchings, you're another $3,000 richer. Here are your advancers. Kristen Hutchings, Lane Vaughn, Mason Moody, and Luke Mass. They all won more money in their semifinal. And we say thanks to Rock and Roll Denim for bringing us the bull riding.
Coming up next, a very special tribute to some of our favorite athletes. We want to welcome some very lucky recipients of our Rodeo Acts of Kindness program. Folks, they've been moved down from the 6th level to these great seats thanks to Rodeo Acts of Kindness participants, Baylor Medicine. What a great move for those lucky people. Rodeo Acts of Kindness, thank you. Hey, hey, have you got your phones out? I want you to scan the QR code and you could be on the Raising Cane selfie cam. Now we're shooting them right now. There you go. Oh my goodness, they got a house full. Love your hat. Oh, hello. There we go. Everybody's having fun tonight. Yep. Give me a smile. I didn't mean to scare you, ma'am. Sorry. There you go. Handsome boy. Good stuff, girls. Thank you, Houston. Now that you've seen yourself on the selfie cam, everybody had fun. Thank you to Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
For generations, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has welcomed professional athletes from around the world who come to compete and take part in one of the most exciting and celebrated events of the year. But the Cowboys and Cowgirls admit they'd be nothing on their own. They fully rely on their partners. And now Oxy is honored to present the other part of their team that these athletes cherish, the part of their team that they love and fiercely protect, just like a part of their family. This is historic Rodeo Houston footage from over 3 decades ago of a legendary bucking horse named Hilda Blue. She was the Saddle Bronc Horse of the Year runner-up in 1989 and competed for 10 years in the Rodeo Houston finals. Her 20-year-old great-great-granddaughter is with us. This is Blue Bonnet, and she has followed in Hilda Blue's footsteps. This mare is the mother of 12, and she has bucked the top rodeos across the United States, including here at Rodeo Houston. These animal athletes were born to be bucking horses. And soon enough, the youngest member of this deep bloodline will be setting records of her own. She was born right here at Rodeo Houston. That is Blue Bonnet's daughter, Baby Blue. The bloodline of Hilda Blue lives on. You know, some horses are born to run fast. Some are meant to work with cutting precision. But these athletes were born to challenge their riders. Bucking comes natural to these broncs, and it's our responsibility and our honor to make sure they are cared for with respect and worth. Why? Because they're a part of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo family too, and they represent the legacy and the future of our rodeo. Ladies and gentlemen, Texas, let's give all of our human and animal athletes a hand. I would just remind you that you can see these horses at the Born to Buck exhibit, which is right behind the junction, presented by Oxy. And we'd love for you to go over there and take a look at all these moms and these mares. Thank you to Oxy for presenting our Born to Buck legacy. Yesterday, the rodeo world lost a legend. And we at Rodeo Houston lost a member of our family. The Survey Championship Rodeo Company has been the official stock contractor for Rodeo Houston for more than 50 years. Excuse me. Mike Survey's enduring contributions to rodeo have left an indelible mark on the sport, inspiring future generations and solidifying his legacy as a true legend of professional rodeo. He will be loved and missed by so many who worked alongside him for decades, and his legacy will continue to shine bright in the rodeo industry. Please join all of us at Rodeo Houston in a moment of silence for Mike Survey. Thank you.
Life on the road of a rodeo athlete can be challenging. That's why United Airlines is thrilled to reunite rodeo families and bring them along for the ride. Tiana Gray is a New Mexico cowgirl who qualified for her first national finals breakaway roping in 2024, the year she also tied for second at Rodeo Houston. Her peers see her as an incredible athlete and an even better cowgirl. Tiana, United Airlines wants to keep you and your family united more often. You were selected by your peers because they think you deserve this, and so do we. You are tonight's Rodeo Reunited family, sponsored by our friends at United Airlines.
All right, everybody, it's calf scramble time, and it's sponsored by Transocean. Folks, tonight we want you to keep an eye out for the first scrambler to properly catch a calf and cross the line, because that scrambler will have the chance to compete in the Super Scramble coming up in a day or so on March 23rd. Let's join Andy and Janie right now to meet tonight's scramblers. Here's Andy.
Thank you, Bobby T. We have 17 young ladies and 13 young men, all in 4-H and FFA, hoping to catch a calf. There's only 15 calves, though. That's the caveat. Now, Janie had a moment to catch up with our scramblers. What do you know, Janie?
Yeah, Andy, I can already hear all the family and friends in the crowd cheering these kids on, and we have a really tough group of kids today. A lot of rodeo kids. One is a 3-time state qualifying steer wrestler. That's going to come in handy tonight. And another kid, the last calf scramble that she was here, she cracked 3 ribs and sprained her ankle, but she's healed up and ready to go again. Like I said, they're tough. Let's kick it off with Callie Harlan.
Lily Shirley.
Jada Murphy.
Aubrey Smith.
Callie Steinfeld.
Briley Hyman.
Chrisley Mitchell.
Michaela Puffbarger.
Madison Puffenbarger.
Samuel Berryman.
Natalia Rios.
Jacob Macias.
Cameron Otto.
Aubrey Bowman.
Nicholas Loftus.
Taylor Bruner.
Grayson Clement.
Kipton Wallace.
Parker Duggan.
Cora Winston.
Case Piper.
Sierra Mesa.
Kylie Price.
Darius Armstead.
Jaden Waltall.
Whitney McCauley.
Thomas Peer III.
Sophia Hager.
Kane Narvarez.
And Kadarius Wallace. Give it up for our calf scramblers on a Thursday night. The 17th time we are going to let them out. First, we will introduce to you one of 2 very special individuals. Our calf scramble gate opener. It is the Chief Product Officer of Hey Dude. Please welcome Kirsten Chang. And our calf scramble starter. That'll be the individual that drops the hat to let us know it's time to go. It is the Texas Land Commissioner, Don Buckingham. Now, Kirsten will open the gate so the calves can come up the lane created by our calf scramble committee. They will get closer to the kids. Then it is up to the Texas Land Commissioner to drop the hat to signify the start. The calves are close. The kids are ready. Let's go catch one.
And these kids are off. A lot of these kids are incredible athletes. We have one out there that runs triathlons or competes in triathlons. She says the running portion is definitely going to come in handy. We're starting to get a hold of a few calves here. Oh, number 24, he's got a good hold right there. That's Darius Armstead. He is a steer wrestler, 3-time state qualifier in the steer wrestling. And that is showing up in a big way. He's right in front of me right now, and he just steer wrestled this calf. We've got some ducking and some dodging here happening from number 27, but we didn't quite get one. Back to number 24, though. Like I said, oh, well.
There is no telling what could happen in the calf scramble. But first, you got to get that halter on correctly, right? So he's going to put that halter on, tighten it up, get everything together before he gets ready to go inside the box.
That's number 1, Callie Harlan. She went to the state championships in volleyball, and right on top of her right there is number 24.
Either 24 or 14. No, there's 24. There's Darius Armstead. And Darius has got the halter on.
Number 14, that's number 14, Aubrey Bowman. She shows steers and pigs. She has 8 pigs, and that calf just slipped through her hands right there. But number 24, he's getting really close. We're just trying to talk this calf into getting closer to that line.
He's being followed by number 17, Brayson Clement. Brayson's got the halter on. We got a race to the finish. Who will it be?
Here we go.
Just a few more steps.
Here we go, dear. Oh! Judges on the field, which one crossed the line first? That was a close one, Andy.
Regardless of valiant effort, as we now have 3 calves inside the big box. Excellent work. They're starting to come in now.
Number 1, Callie Harlan. She's about to get the job done here, and we cross the line. Great job. Way to get it done efficiently. Catch your breath there.
Speaking of catching his breath, Nicholas Loftus came in and closed quickly. How were you able to catch?
I have no clue. That steer is feisty as crap. But I got on top of him, got the lead on him as quickly as I could, and I just started running.
Seems like that strategy paid off. Now, you're going to get to choose a steer or a heifer back to the show. Which are you choosing?
Steer.
All right, what breed will it be?
Honestly, whatever my ag teacher tells me to.
Listen to your teachers. That is sage advice. Why don't we give it up one more time for number 15, Nicholas Loftus of Tompkins FFA.
I love that. You got to listen to those ag teachers, kids. That's very important. And that is number 22, Sierra Meza. She wants to be a veterinarian, and she plans on going to Texas A&M. She shows pigs and says that if she gets this done, she is going to choose a heifer to come back to the show. We got the halter on. Now we just got to talk him into crossing the line.
It is getting up close and personal, and it looks like somebody's lost a shoe on my side of the arena.
Yeah, we have a lot of calves caught over here on the north side of NRG. These kids are about to cross the line. But you know, sometimes injuries can happen out here. But from these hard-running calf scramble kids to our rodeo athletes, Houston Methodist and Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine is standing by in case of any injuries to our competitors. And sometimes it does happen, but these kids are very tough, and we're getting a lot of calves caught all at once right here at this end of the arena.
That's 25, Jaden Walthall of Mount Enterprise FFA.
He wants to be a diesel mechanic when he grows up and plans to go to Texas Tech. So talk about a cool kid right there.
Everybody on the east side just witnessed the most unathletic move by an announcer ever. Yeah. I dodged a calf moving at the speed of smell.
Be careful out there, Andy.
There's number 26, Whitney McCauley. Yeah. Whitney McCauley of Harris County 4-H. She's out of breath, but take a few deep breaths. You got just a few moments to get across that white line and make it an official catch.
Andy, you'll like this. She plays beach volleyball and wants to go to Florida State.
She wants to be a Seminole. All right. Well, the Florida State future Lady Seminole just crossed the line. Excellent work, Whitney.
Now, it's hard when you catch your calf inside the box. You got to go outside and then come right back in.
Yes, you do.
Whoop,
easy now.
Hang on.
Don't let go. That's number 22, Sierra Mesa of Klein FFA.
Oh, we have one of the Puffenbargers. One of the Puffenbarger sisters, Michaela and Madison. That's number 9, Madison. She is the younger sister, and they have competed in 3 calf scrambles against each other. And the last time, Madison, she cracked 3 ribs and sprained her ankle, but not today. We made it happen tonight in the calf scramble for Puffenbarger.
Well, this great program, it just begins when you catch a calf, because catching a calf is the beginning of a year-long journey for Texas 4-H and FFA kids. Once you catch a calf, you receive a purchase certificate for a steer or heifer, and the rodeo has awarded over $21 million in certificates and prizes to over 24,000 students since it all began back in 1942. Raising an animal teaches them life skills such as the responsibility of caring for a living animal, financial accountability, record-keeping, decision-making, and communications. They keep in touch with their donors throughout this whole process. As you see number 14, Aubrey Bowman of Davenport FFA getting closer. With this journey, they'll also develop self-confidence and practical abilities needed to show their steer or heifer during a fall progress show, and then when they return to the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Another great calf scramble as the future of agriculture and the Lone Star State joins up, helping Jaden Walthall of Mount Enterprise FFA get his catch inside the big box in the center of our arena here inside NRG Stadium.
Just a few more steps, Houston. Let's help him get there.
We got a whole crew down here helping out this kid, and we got it done inside the box.
Across the line, and that, my friends, is a catch in the calf scramble. Thank you to Transocean, our calf scramble sponsor. And don't go anywhere. The graphics team is working tirelessly. Chuck Wagon Racing is next.
It's our distinct privilege to honor America's heroes, as well as their families who support them, especially like our Gold Star families who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. We salute the men and women in uniform that make it possible for all of us to live with freedom and pride in our country. Tonight, the Crown Royal Military Salute is proud to honor a U.S. Coast Guard Petty Officer. This operations specialist has been stationed for 18 years at the U.S. Coast Guard Sector Houston Galveston. He was recognized with the Commendation Medal, listen to this, for standing duty for 36 consecutive hours throughout Hurricane Harvey. He maintained communication with over 30 aircraft on 230 missions that saved over 1,700 lives.
He was recently promoted to Chief Petty Officer. This rank is the most significant advancement in the career of an enlisted member of the Coast Guard. Tonight, his anchors are being pinned on by his wife, Jennifer, and their son, Stephen. The Chief Petty Officer insignia is an anchor which symbolizes the stability and security and a reminder of the Chief's responsibility. Help me congratulate the Coast Guard's newest Chief Petty Officer, and a thank you to Crown Royal.
Well, Dean Thompson rides the bubble and sweats advancing in the Axis Sounds of the Night.
Ready? Right. And easy, baby, easy, baby, easy, baby. Let's go. Look at this sweat. This shirt's like, I'm drenched right now.
That's your Axis Sounds of the Night. Now it's time for our Chuck Wagon Racing. And the first heat is brought to you by Baylor Medicine, Ford, and STX Beef. The announcers have formed teams. Boyd and Luis from Telemundo, and Bob and Enrique from Telemundo, and Janie and Andy have a team.
Yes.
We've been keeping track of who's winning the most races after they select their wagons. And right now, it's Boyd and Luis with a 4-point lead over Andy, and Janie a 6-point lead over Bob and Enrique. So like the NFL draft, the poorest team picks first.
We don't mind being poor. Enrique, what do you say we go with Baylor Medicine tonight? We'll get a little boost, get a shot, we'll feel better tomorrow.
That's right. Let me roll up my sleeve. Let's go with Baylor Medicine. Here we go.
All right, Andy and Janie, who do y'all like?
We are going to choose STX Beef.
Okay, so that's going to give us the Ford wagon. All right, Luis, we don't get to pick. We get what they leave us. We've been winning, though, so let's win one again. Remember, they figure eight the barrels, and it's 2 laps around the arena. The first horse's nose to cross the white line on the west side. Hey, pick your favorite wagon and cheer it on.
Oh, Baylor, I need you folks, I need you. We just took the lead on the inside at the end of lap 1.
Don't let Bob go on a runaway. You're coming with STX Beef. We're in the middle. We need the win.
We're bringing the beef. Here we go, making the lap around. STX Beef in the middle, about to take the lead. Let's hit a new level. Let's go.
It's Baylor. Oh, we're on a sweep, Enrique. We got it. We beat them. We're going to change that scoreboard for the rest of the week.
Absolutely, Bob. You're our legend for a reason, picking the winner tonight.
All right. Thank you to Baylor Medicine. Thank you to Ford. And thank you to STX Beef. Bob and Enrique, you know, they're like a hog. They'll find an acre every now and then. Andy and Janie, y'all haven't won a race in 3 days, but here's the good news. If Bob and Enrique win one more, you'll get to pick first.
Thank
that's
you.
fantastic
Thank you for
news.
that. I'm just trying to be the positive light down here, guys.
Thank you,
trying
boys.
to stay positive.
Yes,
But
second-
we're going to make it happen.
Second heat is Chevron, Kroger, Mustang Cat. Again, Bob and Enrique, you get to pick first.
All right, Enrique, you do it.
All right, let's go with Mustang Cat. Amarillo is not going to fail us tonight.
Yes, I agree with you.
All right, Mustang Cat for Bob and Enrique. How about Andy and Janie?
Give us the runaway shopping cart. We're going with Kroger. They've been good to us in the past.
Every time they leave us Chevron, we win. What? You are slow learners. Chevron's got the fastest horses. They got the highest octane. We're going to smoke y'all like cheap cigars, and we're going to start putting this thing to bed.
All right, we'll put a little Chevron in our Mustang Caterpillars.
Take it away, Luis and Enrique.
Texas, make some noise! Let's hear it for the riders. Chevron, Bryce, Kroger, Laddie, Mustang Cat is Cody. Damas y caballeros, se vienen los caballos. Los magníficos caballos que vuelan. They're flying right through that curve. Everyone, I'm going to ask you one more time. Make some noise!
One lap remains. Chevron now well out in front. Kroger in the middle. Mustang Cat sucking wind.
No,
To the inside.
on the inside.
Mustang
We're
Cat.
going for
Mustang Cat.
Chevron takes it.
Chevron.
Sí, señor.
Chevron. So, I don't know about all of you, but me and Luis, we just seem to win a lot, Bob.
I am sick of it.
Well, I'm sure you are. But even if you're not smart enough to pick the Chevron wagon when you have a chance at it, you deserve to lose.
I let Enrique pick the yellow wagon.
Oh, so now it's Enrique's fault.
Yeah, you caused us a race. We were going to have a sweep.
Thank you to Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat. Luis, do you have anything to say? Seeing we've got how many, 6 races left?
Yes.
Bob and Enrique would have to win every one of the final 6 races.
And we will.
We are the champions. We are campeones.
Se puede. That's all I got to say.
Hey, in case you two kids down there don't know what championes is, that means me and Luis are the champions.
Yeah, Boyd's coming out with a musical album called I Love Me Some Me.
So I
legend
just
in his
hope
own
that
mind,
listen, my deepest prayer is if you ever win a race, you win it as humbly as me and Luis win them, okay?
You wouldn't know humble if it was baked into a pie.
Bueno, uno y uno, Luis. Uno y uno.
It's
Vamos
coming
a la
up
pausa.
quick.
Regresamos para
It's not next, but it's pretty quick. Mutton busted when we return.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a word from our chairman of the board, Pat Man Phillips.
The rodeo is just a great fit for me because it's just part of my DNA. We grew up learning the great values of ranching and farming. I think the great thing that the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo does is we celebrate our great, rich history of Western heritage. Very important that everyone understands the importance of agriculture in their everyday lives. The food that they receive on their table and the clothes on their back, and you don't have any of that without agriculture. And it's important that we make that connection with the public so that there's an appreciation of the people and the resources needed to make those things happen. One of the best things is seeing the kids and the students that are out there showing their projects. We need to continue to foster this educational opportunity for kids that are the next generation of farmers and ranchers, and scientists and engineers that are going to help us produce the demands needed in this society. We have people coming here from all over the world that want to understand how we are able to do this each and every year. And our answer is we have 35,000 amazing, hardworking, dedicated volunteers. They are coming to the show to unite together for a common purpose, to serve their community through the mission of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And because of that, we're able to put this show on every year. We've done it for 93 years, and we want to do it for the next 100.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
It's time to vote for the hard luck moment. You be the judge as we name tonight's winner. Watch the replays and your applause will determine who had the toughest luck.
So this is where we really need all of you. And folks, this is actually your Chuck Wagon race. We're going to show you some hard luck moments that took place in previous performances. And then we're going to ask you which one of those hard luck moments you think hurt the most. We got a steer wrestler, we got a bareback rider, and we got a bull rider. And so don't hold back because they're all pretty good hard luck moments. So anytime you see a guy hurting, you help us out with your applause. You ready? Let's start with a big bulldogger. He is 6'6", 255, and then it hits the ground 40 miles an hour and just rolls him. Butt to the dirt, feet underneath him, steer across his back. That is Chance Howard, and he needs some help from Texas. Come on, be good to the big bulldogger. $94, we really want to get 100. The 100 is the measuring stick, so you're going to have to bring it. I think this one will get it.
All right, we can do this, Texas. This is Clay Jorgensen. Now watch. Ooh! Pow! And then pow again. You talk about bust your buns. Ooh, right there. Add a little insult to injury and jump your neck loose. Folks, it took an hour to get him to stand up. Come on!
$99. If I could just get one more ounce of ouch out of you, we'll get to the 100 we're gunning for. Maybe Trey Benton, a Texas bull rider who has to save himself. His hand is hung up in the rope, and he's got to get the tail loose or he'll stay hung up. So watch right here. He's going to grab the tail of the rope with his left hand. Right there, it pulls him free just before the bull stomps on him. Let's help a Texas bull rider go! $98. So there it is. We got where we wanted to go with Clay with a 99. Congratulations, Clay Jorgensen.
During our last rodeo performance on Championship Sunday, we'll show you our top roughest rides. And the winner that night will be crowned this year's Hard Luck Moment.
Hey, are you ready for a little mutton busting? They're ready for you. And it's sponsored by HEB. Let's go to Janie and Andy right now. They've got a team of helpers.
We do. We have all the help that we need and a little bit more down here in the Mutton Bustin'.
To quote John Harrison, hey Houston, y'all ready to ride some sheep? We got a front row seat, let's go.
We are ready for Connor Allman of Houston, Texas. Likes eating chicken tenders and wants to play in the NFL someday. Turns out there happens to be a team right here in town, Connor.
He's in the right stadium, way to kick off the Mutton Bustin', and he jumped up off the ground quick, way to go.
Brooks Beckham, 6-year-old Houstonian, likes bull riding and eating corn dogs.
He loves the bull riding, and he's great at riding that sheep. Good job. And we're waving. We're feeling good.
Yes.
Show us those muscles. Hills, we're excited.
Benjamin Bridger, another bull riding fan, wants to grow up to be a cowboy.
Step one to being a cowboy is riding a sheep in the mutton busting, and you just did it. Way to go.
Well, we had a future NFL player. This kid wants to be the quarterback for the Texans. Here comes Austin Gilbert.
Wow, and this athlete, he's making a great ride, almost to the far end of the pin. Good job. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Bennett Gerard, 6-year-old future chef, loves bull riding.
Oh, and we had a good ride. We hung off the right side of that sheep, put in a lot of effort. Wave to the fans. Good job.
Orchards, Hayes Kellner, 6-year-old Hayes, loves steer wrestling and eating cowboy croissants.
He also loves the cutting horses. You gotta love every part of Rodeo Houston. And a good ride, almost to the far end.
I still want to know what a cowboy croissant is. Harris Lodge of Houston, Texas, 5-year-old Harris, likes goats, wants to be a police officer. We got us a future first responder. Go Harris!
And he lost a cowboy boot before he was even out of the chute. Good job. Way to hang in there.
Emily Newhouse, 5 years old from Houston, Texas, likes eating steak and wants to grow up to be an artist. Here comes Emily.
Favorite part of the rodeo is the little bunnies. And look at that adorable pink outfit. We lost a boot. Wow, how cool is that young cowgirl?
I love it. She got up and was like, hey,
yeah,
where's my boot? Ford Ocean, 6 years old from Houston, likes fried Oreos and wants to be a sheriff. This is Ford.
Ooh, that was a good effort and a good ride as well. We're up, we're feeling good. Way to make it through the mutton busting.
Elena Salazar from Houston, 6-year-old Elena.
Wants to be a doctor when she grows up. We've got a smart group of kids down here, Andy.
Indeed we do, Janie. Tegan Boone, 5-year-old from Magnolia, likes funnel cakes and wants to grow up to be a doctor.
Well, and here we go. We're making a ride. That sheep tried to go rogue. It went straight to the right. That was a tough one to make it through, but you made it look easy, cowgirl. Good job.
From a doctor, we take you to a future veterinarian, Hayden Trott, 6-year-old, likes barrel racing and ice cream.
An awesome pink cowgirl boot. Way to go. Good job.
Samantha Zermano of Manville, Texas. Samantha loves sheep, and it's simple. She just wants to be a cowgirl.
Well, she is a great cowgirl. Look at this ride she made. All the way to the far end. We're up. You should be so proud. Way to go.
You can't make this up. Karen Swearingen of Houston wants to grow up to be an orca trainer.
Orca trainer. Well, train that orca, but he's got that sheep just about trained. Good ride.
Fantastic, Karen. Now Landon McCaleb. Landon from Houston, the 5-year-old, wants to be a baseball player, loves watching bull riding. Let's ride some sheep.
All right, Landon, hold on tight. Good job. Way to finish out the mutton busting.
This is the fun part. Once everybody finishes their ride, they come over, they get a medal for being here and riding with us inside the stadium. They will also get a back number with their name on it from a memory they created with us here inside NRG Stadium. But each and every time we do this, there's always one that does it a little bit better, maybe rode a little bit farther, and they get a special prize and a chat with our own Janie Johnson.
Emily Newhouse is our champion tonight in the mutton busting. And Emily, you are wearing the cutest outfit. Hey, what's your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. I would have thought it would have been pink, but hey, you made the best ride of everybody out here today. What were you thinking about whenever you got on that sheep? You're still thinking about it? Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?
An artist.
An artist. Well, you are an amazing mutton buster, and you're going to be an amazing artist. Congratulations, Emily Newhouse, our champion in the mutton busting. Michaela Steele is going to present you this beautiful buckle by HEB. Let's hear it for our champion tonight in the mutton busting.
And thank you to HEB for sponsoring our mutton busting.